wherever you are. My name is Nikki, and I just want to welcome you and thank you for checking this out. You're probably here because you heard about our Spring into Health together, and maybe you're a little curious. Maybe you're watching this to get a friend off your back, or maybe you genuinely have goals that you are hoping to attain, and you know that if you do this with friends, we're more likely to be successful. Well, I am a mother of two. I am a former high school English teacher and track coach of 9 years. And the last couple years, I've just really been enjoying working from home and helping people reach their goals and get in tune with their why and find their best self. So I'm not sure where you are and where you want to be, but I do know that what I'm about to share with you can be of so much value. So I just ask that you open your hearts and your minds to the possibility that this could help you like it did for us and like it did for so many others. And we're taking something and we're giving it a little twist and just really hoping to make this fun and something that we can all achieve success together. So we'll be explaining it in the form of a little presentation here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen right now. And get started. So yeah, it's spring. It's time for another chance. I don't know how your New Year's resolutions went, but I definitely have some room for improvement, so I'm excited to do this with all of you. Over the next 30 minutes, I just want to help you get to your goals, determine what your why might be, and discuss some obstacles that we've all faced, unveil our Spring into Health together and what all that entails, and then get your questions answered. So a little bit about me first. This is my family 5 years ago, the first picture, and you can't tell, but we were in a pretty bad place at that time. I was suffering from some pain and inflammation and was looking towards surgery. My husband had just had a pretty crazy diagnosis of heart failure, and it turned out they told us it's normally not diagnosed until an autopsy. So we considered ourselves very lucky, but it was a very scary time in our lives. My daughter had been suffering from rashes no one could explain. And although it was a really scary time, it also was a blessing to us because it was the first time that I really started to research nutrition and how foods can actually heal the body. So initially, you know, my why was my family. Fast forward 2 years, we made a lot of improvements in our health. My husband miraculously had recovered despite the heart healthy diet and that didn't work for him, the medication. But we still were in a bad place in a lot of ways. We still had, you know, extra couple inches around the middle. I still was in pain. Our daughter's rashes were still there. And we just felt tired all the time. And we knew that we should feel better. We weren't getting that old that fast. So we eventually, I kind of stalked a friend on Facebook and reached out and asked what in the world she was doing to feel so good. And I was skeptical, but she showed me a vehicle that really has changed everything. First for my family and now for so many others. So my why has become sharing this with all of you and really helping to create a vehicle to get people to their goals by creating the support and the tools that are necessary. So what prevents you from really being your best self? What are you looking to achieve? There are so many different areas. Maybe for you, you're thinking weight loss. I want to get ready for bikini season. Okay, that's great. What would that 5, 10, 100 pounds mean to you though? Because if we can really get in touch with our why, that's when we can really make it happen. You know, is it that you want to feel better, more confident? Is it that, you know, you want less pain and inflammation? You just want to be able to move around better? You know, what is it? Maybe it's energy. I know when I was a teacher, I really relied on coffee to get through the day. So maybe that's you. Maybe you just don't have enough energy at the end of a workday to really devote to your loved ones, and you want to be able to do more, get back to the hobbies that you used to love. Maybe it's performance at the gym. I know this is where my husband was, doing everything right, we thought, everything we had learned about nutrition, and we still were not changing at the gym. We've learned that nutrient timing is incredibly important, but we didn't know that then. Healthy aging. Maybe you've watched a loved one suffer and you just don't want to be sick as you age and have to rely on medication. Maybe you want to be there for your grandkids and be able to actually get on the floor and play with them. Well, I'm just going to flip through a couple people who I am blessed to know and have met along this journey who did get in touch with their why. And they joined our support group. They felt the love and they reached their goals. Here we have Jeff, another skeptic like I was, thought his wife was crazy. She had failed every diet out there, until he learned that diets are not where it's at. Here we have Carol, obviously a huge transformation 2 years ago, maintaining. Brenda, she's a sweetheart, and she's been really working hard, member of our 100-pound club, and just a great person. Here we have Stephanie. She had a big why. She had tried everything. She had a big why. She plugged into our group. She really asked questions when she needed it. Her father was dying at the time, and she knew that she had to really start taking care of herself, and she did. She's lost 120 pounds and maintained. Here we have Adam. This isn't all about weight loss. This is also about muscle gain. So you can see that he has had a great transformation. Erica, I love her story because she hasn't even started to exercise yet, and look at her amazing transformation. Here we have Theron. So much pain and inflammation, he was unable to exercise, and now he's a role model for his kids. He's changed his health. It went so far beyond dropping some weight. Here we have Elena. Did an amazing job with Whole Foods, getting a lot of weight off, but then hit a hump like a lot of people do. So she tried something new, nutritional cleansing, and 15 pounds, melted off of her, and she's now very active in triathlons and different races. So why is it so hard? Why people who are doing things right, why is it hard? We've learned that through our journey that it wasn't all of our fault. The reason that my daughter was having issues and my husband and eventually even my son was because we are facing problems that we didn't face 50 years ago. Toxicity, mineral depletion, even just knowing the proper nutrient balance to a meal, it's sometimes hard to navigate. Sometimes people try and they just don't have the motivation and the support around them, or they don't have the structure and a game plan to really know what to do. And then finally, we have to remember that it's 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. So you can work out at the gym all you want, but the nutrition is really the bigger element in changing your overall health. And the exercise obviously is a huge help as well. So first, toxicity. Our body can't handle all the toxins that are around us. Sure, we were designed with a liver, a colon, lymphatic system to cleanse, but never were they intended to take on the workload that our world is throwing at it. So what happens is those toxins go to the only place they can as protection, and that is the fat, and oftentimes the deep visceral fat. And toxins are everywhere. They're in our food. They're, in our dairy. Cows used to eat grass. They used to be milked in season, and now they're eating genetically modified things like corn, and they're being injected with hormones and antibiotics to keep them well. And we have to remember that we're taking in all of that as well. We're basically a human experiment, not knowing what that's doing to us, but recognizing the fact that people are getting sicker and sicker. So those toxins, again, go to the only place they can, and that is our fat. And sugar is a huge component. The sugar is in everything. We don't even think about it, but we have these cravings. We have these sugar addictions for a reason, and that is because our body's not getting what it needs. And I found that to be true. When I switched things up and I really started getting the nutrients that my body was missing, I didn't crave the bad stuff so much. But it can be a vicious cycle and it's very hard to navigate. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect all the time. We still order our pizza here and there. But I try to eat real food as much as possible and try to make the best choices as much as possible. And when your body gets the nutrients, it can handle the bad better. And we have less chronic disease that is caused mostly by food choice and toxins and nutritional deficiencies, as this slide shows. So the other thing is that our produce is nutritionally bankrupt. Several studies have shown this. This particular one was done by UCLA. A lot of women were suffering from anemia and no one understood why. They were eating a lot of spinach. So ultimately what the study proved was that one bowl of spinach in 1953, to get the same amount of iron, a woman had to eat 43 bowls in 1997. And it wasn't just iron. It's a ton of different minerals that are missing from our soil and from our plants. So all this really means is that it's a lot harder to get what we need than it used to be. So where do we go from here? Okay, so yeah, we need 90 minerals and vitamins. We need 60 of them are minerals. We're obviously depleted. We are toxic. So where do we go? It's so hard to know. When we decided to make some changes 5 years ago, we made a lot of good decisions. We bought a juicer, we started juicing, but we found that we were spending a fortune. You have to buy organic produce if you're going to juice, because otherwise you're just concentrating those toxins. So what we have found is an easier way to get what we need so that our bodies can attain the goals that we have for them, the goals of health or fitness or whatever that would be. And basically it was a company that knew all of these problems before. It knew about toxicity and mineral depletion. And Isagenix has figured it all out and made it easier for us to get what we need. So what we're talking about is just food. It's not intended to treat, diagnose, or cure disease. But what I found with the hundreds of people that I've worked with is that when our body gets what it needs, amazing things can happen. It becomes the miracle it was intended to be. So back to our spring into health. What is your why? When you just establish your why and your goals, we're going to help you get there. And we have a lot of different ways how. Yes, I mentioned a little bit about the nutrition, which I'll get into in a little bit, but we also are creating a really great support system. One-on-one coaching, okay, and that comes free. Weekly group check-ins. So we're gonna have some open calls available that, if you're having a bad day, you just want some extra reinforcement, maybe you're having some questions, maybe you're not quite sure what snacks to have that day. We're gonna have people available to answer your questions. We also have an online group that is always available. And it's just a really great supportive group. Everyone is so authentic and genuine, and we all have stories and want to help you get to your goals. We are providing some nutrition. We're going to provide some recipes so that you know what to cook. There's freedom here, but if you need structure, we're going to provide some recipe ideas for you. We're going to give you a personalized plan of action. Each one of our goals is going to be different, so we're going to help you get to yours by customizing what your day might look like in order to achieve those goals. And then the last two things, the mindset program I'm going to get to next, but maintenance plan. What's fantastic about this is that people who do this, they maintain it. And the reason for that is, I will get into that a little bit more specifically later, but we have maintenance plans available. People go on diets, they lose muscle mass and bone density, they end up rebounding as soon as those toxins come back into their body. We're not gonna let that happen. So Healthy Mind and Body, this is a program that is optional. This is one piece of the puzzle that is a little bit extra money up front, but it is phenomenal. I did it once and I'm gonna do it again this time. Our company has recognized that we all need some help breaking through old patterns and changing our mindset. Showing more gratitude helps us get there. This program helps us do that. Whether your goals are exercise, nutrition, maybe it's something with your job. This Healthy Mind and Body program can help you reach the next level in any area of your life, really. So it's $39.99 up front if you choose to complete it. Basically, that involves checking in 5 minutes a day or every other day. You can even skip days and still complete it on time. The company gives you $45 in free products, free groceries from your online superfood store. So basically, they're paying us $6 to improve our mindset. So this was a huge turning point because our company is different. They want you to have lasting change. They partnered with Rod Hairston. If you've heard of him, he is a pretty world-renowned life coach. People pay thousands and thousands of dollars to work with him, and we can do this for free. It's pretty amazing. Another great opportunity that helps to motivate people is our IsaBody Challenge. And here we have Justin, and I got to eat dinner with Justin on one of our last trips, and he's on our team. He actually made it to be a finalist. So we haven't found out yet if he is going to be the $25,000 winner, but he's won a lot of trips and $3,000. So maybe you're not going for the challenge, but the good thing is that anyone who enters the challenge and completes it gets $200 in free product, and you can do that up to 3 times a year. So submit before pictures, after pictures, a little paragraph, and bam, that's it. Very easy. I do it 3 times a year to get $600. We have easy nutrition and a personalized plan available to you. This is Dense Nutrition. Now, what I have here is just one example. We would work with you to figure out what your day might look like. But for most people, it's going to be a combination of shake days and cleanse days. We talked about those toxins. We're going to get those toxins out of there. And we can do that 3 different ways. It's customizable. If a cleanse day scares you, we can do daily cleansing. A 1-day cleanse or a 2-day cleanse max is really going to help get into that visceral fat and release those toxins. And when I heard the word cleanse, I was a little freaked out at first. It's not a poopy cleanse. It's a cellular lymphatic cleanse. So you will not be sitting on the toilet pooping. So anyway, depending on how long you need to reach your goals, some of you might need a 2 or 3 week thing. Some of you might need a month or 2 months. So we're not setting a time frame on this. That's going to be up to you and your coach who's going to work with you. But I have one example here of someone who's going to do this for a month, and 26 of those days are going to be shake days, and 4 are going to be cleanse days. Me personally, I'm going to be trying to gain a little muscle. So I'm going to do 2 shakes a day. I'm going to do probably 2 meals and 2 or 3 snacks. If you're looking for weight loss, I have here, it's probably more like 2 shakes, 1 balanced low glycemic meal, which will help you with, and at least 2 healthy whole food snacks. So you're eating at least 5 times a day, no matter what. And then, yeah, cleanse days, you get to eat chocolate, which is pretty cool, and drink a great drink that just has a ton of nutrients in it. And it's very good, and it helps to bind to the toxins and allow them to release in your urine. You'll get a really helpful guide. Just an example of what we recommend a plate looks like. We don't believe in cutting carbs or cutting fats. We need all of those as long as they're good ones. So half your plate's going to be vegetables, a quarter lean protein, a quarter a good carb, and a little bit of fat in there. You're going to get a little tracker. This is not just about a number on a scale. This is about, overall health. And we find that a lot of people lose an amazing amount of inches when they can really get rid of this visceral fat. So it's going to be important to track that and take your before and after pictures, even if you don't enter the IsaBody Challenge, just for you, just so you have them. So what is this dense nutrition part? Okay, well, it's basically the best food on the planet. It's no compromise products, nothing artificial, no GMO, no soy, no gluten, nothing artificial. I've seen a lot of things out there that I would not give to my kids, and my whole family uses this nutrition. It's based around 5 core products. I think we have 140 different solutions depending on what you are looking for, but these are the core products. Our shakes are unmatched. 60 essential micronutrients, 11 amino acids, 13 vitamins, 21 minerals. They have active enzymes and probiotics and prebiotics. I mean, they are the best, undenatured whey. I'm not going to get into that, but it is superior to anything out there. We have Ionic Supreme, adaptogens that help with stress and energy. You know, those are probably, I went 2 days the last 3 years without that product and I felt it. It's pretty amazing. We have our cleanse, and we have Ageless Essentials with Product B Isogenesis. If you're looking for healthy aging, Isogenesis is on the forefront of telomere research. Don't know what telomeres are, you might want to look that up. But as we age, our telomeres get shorter, and that's when bad things happen. That's when we get sick. And we have a product that is just amazing, doing amazing things. So those are just 5 products. You may end up starting with a pack that contains some of those in it. You might be starting with a pack that has all of those in it. You know, we're going to figure out what's best for you as we talk. So some frequently asked questions. Why is this nutrition different than everything else out there? How much does it cost? What do I do after I reach my goals? And what do I do next if I'm ready? Well, there are so many products. I know I've researched so many, but you will see noticeable results in as few as 5 to 7 days. And that is so incredibly motivating. You're also proven to maintain muscle mass while burning fat. And I know my first month, I really was not able to work out. I kind of did something maybe 3 days and I gained muscle mass, which really got my attention. I already mentioned it's not the typical cleanse. This has actually been proven to release toxins, which I'll show you in a little bit. And it's just easy, accessible nutrition. And the key thing here, this is scientifically proven. You're going to see 2 studies that I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them, but they've been published in medical journals. The medical world is starting to notice this because it's proven, it works. And the other thing is that Isagenix puts money back into research and development, always wanting to, you know, be what they say they are and you know, be on the cutting edge of science. A lot of companies are having advertisements and doing endorsements for celebrities. Isagenix would see that as a waste of money. We have celebrities who do our products, but we don't pay them a dime. And then finally, this is key, third-party tested. That is virtually unheard of. Our products are third-party tested. So here's the one study I talked about. And this study was done by UCLA, and it compared Isagenix, this happened to be our fat burning system, to the Heart Healthy diet that my husband was put on. And you can see it blew it out of the water. If you want to read more about the numbers, you know, you can Google this and find it pretty easily. Whoops. Sorry. So, how much does it cost? Well, we have solutions to suit whatever your goals and whatever your budget is. So rest assured. And the other good thing is that it can be completely free. First of all, if you don't love it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. But the other way that it's free is that you are just reallocating a portion of what you're already spending at the grocery store. So it's just food for you and your family. So instead of your grocery bill being such and such, it's just going to be cut in quarter or half, however many products you decide to go with this month. You can invite 2 friends and it's half off, or 3 and it's free. And I love that because it's so much more fun to do with friends anyway. So, okay, how much do you spend during a day? I always like to really have people think, what do you spend on groceries for a month? And no one knows. We know what our mortgage is. We know what our electric is. We know what our cell phone is. But really think about what you spend on groceries. And I do this with people, and this particular person, you know, when he added up his day, he did go out to eat for lunch. I think that was Panera. He was spending $30. So if you're anywhere close to this, you're going to save a ton of money. We don't have any systems other than our whole big family pack that is $30 a day. So whether you are spending $20 a day, $10 a day on your groceries, I think it's pretty hard to spend $10 a day. We're going to have something that's going to work for you. All right, so I reached my goal. Maybe I reached it in a month. Maybe I reached it in 2 months. now what? Well, the really cool thing is that we have maintenance plans that work. So you're not going to have to do the whole system. You're not going to have to do a bunch of products. You're going to pick what works for you. This study showed that everyone started off on an Isagenix program, and then half of them went to Whole Foods and worked with a dietitian. And look at the results. Big rebound with the people who didn't continue with nutritional cleansing. The people who did had 4 times more fat loss and lean muscle mass, 2 times the metabolism, and 3 times the amount of toxins released. So I kind of like to think of it as, you go to the gym to get healthy. When you get strong, do you quit? Or you take a shower to get clean, and then when you're clean, do you stop showering? No, we want to continue to get these toxins out of the body. It won't be as often. I do a cleanse day when I feel I need it. After the holidays, I'll need one. If I have a bad weekend, I'll need one. But it's really up to you. Can you quit? Of course, you can stop whenever you want. But what I found was that I felt so good, I didn't want to stop. So maybe you're ready to do something. You want to reach those goals. What's next? Well, I'm going to ask you to reach out to us so that we can help. We want to help formulate a plan of action for your goals and your budget. We want to set you up with your own wholesale account so you can order what you want when you want. And we want to add you to our group where all of this magic is going to unfold. And then what you can do in the meantime is watch in that group for the first of many different calls that we're going to offer. The first one's going to be getting yourself prepared for success. So the second thing you need to do, or you might want to do, is share this webinar or our post, because people really need this. A lot of people are sick and suffering, or some people, again, just want to get bikini ready, but it's so much more fun to do it with friends. And then lastly, if you decide to do this, I just ask that you stay plugged in, ask your questions, reach out for help. We find that the people that are most successful stay tuned in. And if they're not on Facebook, that's okay. We work one-on-one with our people. And, as long as you stay connected with us, whatever mode that may be, email, texting, phone call, we want to be here. We don't want to give you a product and send you off. We want to help you get to whatever goals you want to achieve. So you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. And I know it's not easy, but it's not easy to take that step. And I remember 3 years ago when I wasn't sure if this was going to work. I wasn't sure if I was ready for this. My husband laughed at me and thought I was ridiculous. And we went head to head. He went to GNC and got his shakes and hired a trainer. I did this. I lost 10 pounds, 13 inches, and he gained 3 inches on his waist. So he tried it. He lost 4 inches, and we both have just never felt better. Then we shared it with our family. And now it's just become so rewarding sharing this gift with other people and just watching them become their best self. So if you're interested, there is a free shipping promo going on till Sunday midnight for qualifying packs. So reach out to us, get the rest of your questions answered, set an appointment time to talk to us and find out, if this could be for you, and we'd love to help you get started. So thanks again for tuning in, and again, enjoy the rest of this beautiful week.